Good morning and warm greetings to you all, and thank you for coming here this morning during what I know is a very busy time for all of you. This Commonwealth Observer Group press conference marks the arrival of our chair and fellow observers for the 2023 Zimbabwe harmonized elections. I'd like to introduce the chair, Ambassador Amina Mohammed, the former Cabinet Secretary for Education and Foreign Affairs of Kenya, and the staff team lead, Joshua Satipa, Senior Director at the Commonwealth Secretariat. And with us too is Linford Andrews, Head of Electoral Support, also at the Secretariat. And I invite our chair to read our statement. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much for being here. Members of the media, fellow observers, citizens of Zimbabwe. Today I'm here as a fellow African and a friend to Zimbabwe as the country seeks to consolidate its democratic values. The same values held dear by the Commonwealth: peace, democracy, the rule of law, and good governance. It's an honor for me to chair the Commonwealth Observer Group, to witness voting to elect councillors, members of parliament, and a president on the 23rd of August this year. Our 14-member observer group was constituted by the Commonwealth Secretary General, the Right Honourable Patricia Scotland, KC, following an invitation from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Trade of Zimbabwe. Members have been drawn from across the Commonwealth, representing a diversity of expertise and experience, including experience in law, in politics, in election administration, in human rights, in media, and civil society. The group is supported by a staff team from the Commonwealth Secretariat. It's led by Joshua Setipa, Senior Director of the Strategy, Portfolio, Partnerships, and Digital Division. I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say that we've been warmly welcomed since our arrival in this beautiful, historic land. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commonwealth has remained a supportive partner in Zimbabwe's democratic journey since its independence in 1980. This will be the second successive observer group to witness the country's harmonized elections since Zimbabwe left the Commonwealth in December of 2003. Since then, and throughout this period, the Commonwealth has continued to foster and nurture people-to-people linkages. We recognize the significance of these elections for the people of Zimbabwe, for the region, and for the global community. We are honored to be part of this important democratic process. The Commonwealth Observer Group has no executive role. Its function is not to interfere with, but to observe the process as a whole and to make recommendations accordingly. We will observe the pre-election environment, polling day activities, and the post-election period. In particular, we will consider whether the conditions exist for credible elections, including a fair election environment, whether public media has been impartial, the transparency of the entire process, whether voters are free to express their will, and whether the counting and results process is transparent. We will then report on whether the elections have been conducted in accordance with the standards to which Zimbabwe has committed itself, including its national law, regional and international commitments. In conducting our duties, we will be guided by the principles of neutrality, of impartiality, of objectivity, and of independence. As we are here in our individual capacities, as responsible and experienced Commonwealth citizens, our assessment will be our own and not that of any member government. Over the coming days, we'll be meeting stakeholders, including government representatives, political parties, security agencies, civil society groups, citizen and international observer groups, diplomats, and the media. From the 21st of August, we will deploy our observers across various parts of Zimbabwe to observe the voting, counting, and results management process, as well as meet with other stakeholders in respective locations. On election day, we'll observe the opening, voting, closing, counting, and results processes. We'll issue an interim statement on our preliminary findings on the 25th of August, before members of the group depart Zimbabwe on the 29th of August. Ladies and gentlemen, a final report will then be prepared and submitted to the Commonwealth Secretary General and subsequently shared with relevant stakeholders and made publicly available. Friends and colleagues, it's my hope that our presence here in Zimbabwe affirms the unwavering support of the Commonwealth to this country and its democratic processes. We call on all political parties and their supporters to uphold standards for credible, inclusive, and transparent elections, and we encourage all citizens to play their part by ensuring that a peaceful and credible process takes place next Wednesday. I'd like to thank you very, very much for your presence here, and I'll probably just read out the names of the observers. So my name is Amina Mohammed. I am the chairperson of the Commonwealth Observer Group. We have with us Honorable Phil McMurdo. He's a barrister and former judge of the Supreme Court of Queensland in Australia. Honorable Pelonomi Benson, who I'm sure you probably know, the former Minister of Foreign Affairs of Botswana and journalist. Lomsebo Dlamini, gender and human rights expert. I'm still learning how to pronounce the name. From Eswatini. His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Ibn Shambas, former UN Special Representative for the Secretary General for West Africa and the Sahel from Ghana. Professor Trivedi, Commonwealth Special Envoy for SDG implementation, Professor at Management Development Institute of India. Dr. Nasim Zaidi is the former Chief Election Commissioner of India. Ambassador Alyun Ndobata Samba, former Jamaica High Commissioner to the UK and former politician Jamaica. Ms. Patterson is journalist and former editor-in-chief of the Gleaner in Jamaica. Dr. Samuel Ole Amse, President of Association for Local Authorities in Namibia and former Mayor of Budjo in Namibia. Ambassador Julius Peter Moto is former Uganda High Commissioner to the UK. He's from Uganda Baroness Denise Patricia Kingsmill is member of the House of Lords, Labour peer, United Kingdom. Brian Hunter Spears, past president, Commonwealth Lawyers Association, UK. Criticals Patrick Mushindamo is the former chief elections officer at the Electoral Commission of Zambia. And you can see, as I said, there's a group that has experience, expertise across section of the areas that are relevant to the conduct of elections. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much, Chair. I would now like to invite questions.